Students looking for a way to express their creativity have several options during this year's Diversity Week festivities. Coming up, we'll show you how one group gave attendees the chance to learn about a new culture while creating a unique keepsake.
One department here on campus is hoping to make more personal connections as they work to keep everyone safe here at the university. Find out how one campus group recently hosted an event to create camaraderie with our campus cops.
And the Texas Tech men's basketball team is in San Francisco, California, with hopes of continuing their run in the NCAA tournament. MCTV's Nathan Boles has a preview of tonight's matchup on the court along with a look at Red Raider action from the Diamond in Sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Grace Beene.
And I'm Nicky Rudd.
Diversity Week 2022 continues here on campus this week. Since Monday, the university community has been given the opportunity to attend more than a dozen events highlighting the many cultures, people groups, and ways of life that make Texas Tech such a unique place. Earlier today, the Student Activities Board hosted a creative way for students to learn about a culture from halfway around the world. Aussie art took place from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the sub-courtyard. Attendees had the chance to pick up a free boomerang and use paint and art supplies to create a special keepsake. The event was also a chance for students to learn more about Australia's Aboriginal population.
I think it's one thing that really hasn't been promoted or pushed in the past, so we really wanted to bring out something different that you may not see currently in Texas Tech.
Aussie art was the first of two artistic activities offered for students during Diversity Week. Tomorrow, students will have another chance to create a colorful creation during the Thai Diversity event. Starting at 11 a.m., students can pick up a free t-shirt and then use different dyes to create a unique clothing item that can be worn as a reminder of the importance of diversity. Tomorrow's Thai Diversity event is hosted by the Office of Risk Intervention and Safety Education, and it's free and open to all students. For a list of all the remaining events scheduled for Diversity Week 2022, visit sab.ttu.edu and click on the Events tab at the top of the page.
Crime has been an issue here on campus over the last year, but there's one department who is doing everything they can to help keep Texas Tech safe. And yesterday, one campus group held a special event to give the Tech community the chance to interact with those who protect and serve the university. On Wednesday afternoon, the Risk Intervention and Safety Education Office hosted a cookout with the cops. The goal of the event was to give students, faculty, and staff the opportunity to create connections with members of the Texas Tech Police Department. RISE and TTU PD believe that making these bonds can help the community better trust the officers.
Feel confident and comfortable if they ever need to report something or if they need to call the police. They've had that connection with them in the past. They know who these people are. They're part of their community and they know that they're there to keep them safe.
Forming personal connections with the university community is also important to the officers. They want students to know that they are a friendly face that is here to serve them.
Probably the most friendly people to come out and talk to. If you just want to talk, if you have a concern, we're definitely here to help, here to listen.
If you missed out on yesterday's cookout, the RISE office hosts a community outreach event with TTU PD each semester.
Students returning from spring break this week have enjoyed a busy calendar of events, but there were also several options for students held right before the holiday to offer some mid-semester stress relief. On the Thursday before the break, the Department of Classical and Modern Languages and Literatures hosted a Japanese and Korean game night. Students could drop by the CMLL basement from 5 to 7 p.m. to play several cultural games such as gonji and hakijegi, as well as more modern games like red light, green light, and a challenging chopsticks game. Students could also practice writing their name in Korean and learn a K-pop dance while earning Japanese snacks as treats. Attendees were given information on study abroads in Japan and Korea, along with learning about the language programs available here on campus.
When students think about, what language courses can I take, they think about languages such as Spanish, which is great, but we just want people to know that there are also a lot of different options out there.
The CMLL department offers courses in more than a dozen languages, with many of them meeting the university's foreign language requirement. For a list of all the options taught here at Tech, visit cmll.ttu.edu and click on Languages at a Glance.
Learning about a new culture wasn't the only way students could enjoy an escape from their coursework before spring break. Another campus group also offered a last-minute event for students to breathe easier and enjoy the company of some furry friends. The Students' Activities Board hosted Relaxation Day for their final event before the annual spring holiday. Students stopping by the free speech area gazebo had the chance to take an advantage of a free oxygen bar and interact with dogs brought in from a local animal shelter. SAB also gave the attendees the chance to help make dog beds that were donated to local shelters after the event.
We're having Relaxation Day today. We're having the Orbeez, the dogs, and the oxygen bar to kind of just help students relax before the spring break, after midterms, and all that kind of stuff. It's a fun little event that's free for students.
SAB's Relaxation Day was free for all students with a Texas Tech ID. After 4 days of almost constant windy weather, the South Plains is finally getting a little relief from gusty conditions.
That's true, Nikki. Wind speeds stayed around 20 to 30 miles per hour and gusts reached as high as 60 in some areas. But luckily, it looks like the wind is out of the picture for the moment, with some other big changes headed our way this weekend. Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The MCTV Tower Cam is showing bright blue skies this afternoon, which is a nice change from the brown tint caused by dust earlier this week. Along with clear skies, we are also experiencing a bit of a warm-up, with highs expected to reach the mid-70s late this afternoon. Overnight, the skies will stay clear, but temperatures will drop back off into the 30s. But lows should stay above the freezing mark. Tomorrow, the wind trend will continue with temperatures possibly reaching 80 degrees for only the second time this year. But tomorrow is just the first day of several afternoons of warm and sunny conditions. Between now and the beginning of next week, temperatures will continue to climb into the 80s each day, with highs possibly topping out near 90 degrees Monday. Right now, the forecast is looking great for this weekend for outdoor activities. Both Saturday and Sunday should feature lots and lots of sunshine and highs in the upper 80s in the afternoon. Looking ahead, Monday's potential record break highs appear to be the end of the current warm-up, with another cold front and more wind on the way in the middle of the week.
Texas Tech fans are in for another busy weekend of sports, kicking off tonight with what could be one of the biggest sports headlines of the year.
MCTV's Nathan Boles joins us now in studio with a preview of what's coming up for Red Raider teams on the court and on in the diamond. Nathan?
Thanks, Grace and Nikki. 3 Texas Tech teams are preparing to face a top 10 opponent in their next game. We'll start with Texas Tech basketball. They're in San Francisco for the Sweet 16 in a primetime matchup against the second-seeded Duke Blue Devils. Texas Tech's stifling defense will try to stop Duke's young, talented offense. Both coaches talked about the matchup, and Adams talked about Tech's experience.
I hope so. Of course, I don't, except for Coach K's a little bit older than I am, so maybe I'm not sure about that. But yeah, we've got to hope our experience means something. And these guys have been playing basketball for a long time, and they got a lot of scars. They got a lot of adversity they've gone through. Each one has a great story to tell. And they came to Texas Tech to play on this stage and be here. And so I'm hoping our maturity will help us, somewhat.
We'll try to put together a short menu of things that we've done before, but that will try to score against them.
Coach K is in his final year as Duke's head coach, and Texas Tech might end it tonight. The game is on tonight at 8:39 p.m. on CBS. The winner will play Gonzaga or Arkansas in the Elite Eight Saturday. Now to baseball. Texas Tech got a win Tuesday over California Baptist as they prepare to play number 2 Texas this weekend. Let's pick it up bottom of the third. California Baptist up 2-0 early, and Cole Stillwell hits a long fly ball, but when the winds are going 30 miles per hour, it's not exactly routine to make the catch. Stillwell gets all the way to third. Easton Morrell comes home, and Texas Tech gets their first run on the board. Now bottom of the fourth, wild pitch. Catcher tries to make the throw home but misses it. Hudson White scores, and now Texas Tech is up 4-2. Errors, wild pitches, the wind. It was a wild night, but Texas Tech now with Cole Stillwell in the bottom of the sixth. You probably can't see the ball, but just know it's gone. Texas Tech now up 6-2. Stillwell 3 for 5 on the day with 2 RBI as Texas Tech gets a win 6-3. The test will be bigger against the Longhorns, but at least the Red Raiders will be at Dan Law Field. The first game is Friday evening at 6:30. Texas Tech softball is 12-2 in March, but now it's time for the start of Big 12 play. Tech is in Stillwater, Oklahoma for the conference opener against number 7 Oklahoma State. The Red Raiders are on a 9-game winning streak after 4 more wins last weekend. Ariana Villa and Peyton Jackson led the team through crazy win on Sunday, hitting back-to-back home runs in the 5th inning of the first game. Villa then hit a walk-off single to end the second game against Incarnate Word. This weekend, Tech will go up against their 8th ranked opponent, but the first since February 27th. The series starts Friday at 6 p.m. And last but not least, Texas Tech football senior offensive analyst Kirk Bryant might be on The Bachelorette this season. Bryant is in his first season at Tech after being hired by Joey McGuire in December. The Bachelorette is set to air July 11th. That's all for sports. Back to you, Nikki.
Thanks, Nathan. With the spring season officially underway, the weather on the South Plains is slowly beginning to change. Along with warmer temperatures, spring can also bring the potential of severe weather in our area. With that in mind, the Texas Tech campus scheduled an annual test to make sure that the campus community was ready for a potential emergency.
This is a test of the Texas Tech emergency notification system.
At 10:50 a.m. this morning, the annual spring semester test of the Tech Alert system took place across campus. The test included texts, phone calls, and emails sent out to anyone signed up through the Tech Alert website, along with automated messages that were announced through building-wide alert systems. But the main difference between the fall and spring Tech Alert tests is the use of the outdoor tornado sirens here on campus. The sirens were set off this morning to make sure the system was ready to go in case a tornado warning is issued that includes the Texas Tech campus. In the past, the university was one of the only facilities inside the Lubbock city limits that had an active tornado siren system. But as of last month, the city of Lubbock now has tornado sirens throughout the city that will be used in the event of an imminent tornado threat. So Grace, did you know that the campus had tornado sirens?
I didn't, but honestly, I'm glad that we do.
I just hope we don't have to use them.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.